Hey Comic Frontline, it's Mr. J here, and I am here to give you guys a special review for Archie issue number 2. Yep, I will be your Archie correspondent, I guess, for Comic Frontline. I'll be covering, the main Archie books, Archie, Jughead, and Betty and Veronica, here on Comic Frontline. And I'll also be covering Afterlife with Archie, and probably Sabrina. So if you're looking for your Archie fix for Comic Frontline, you come to the right person. So we're gonna review issue 2, but we're also gonna quickly go over issue 1 for anyone who missed issue 1. So just in case you lived under a rock or you are new to the United States or whatever have you, Archie is a long-standing comic publication from, I believe, like the 40s and 50s, maybe somewhere around that era. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not sure. I'm not like the most hardcore Archie fan, but I've gotten into Archie a lot over the past year and a half or so. And I used to love the cartoons, and Archie's Weird Mysteries and stuff like that. But anyway. Archie is the story of Archie, your average teenage ginger who lives in a town called Riverdale, and it's his exploits with his friends and their wacky adventures. It's very sitcom-y, a little bit of a soap opera edge to it, and this book right here is the modern revamping of Archie. Bringing Archie into the modern age, and it is written by Mr. Mark Waid, who, me and my friends like to refer to as Mark Magic Waid. And, of course, the art is done by Fiona Staples, who you might know from a little book called Saga. I'll show you that last page there. Look at that. Artwork is beautiful. So, pretty much, like I said, this has a very Saved by the Bell vibe, and Archie very much reminds me of Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell. And, he's telling you guys about his life, just like in school, things like that, and how his relationship with Betty, his longtime sweetheart, Betty Cooper, right here. Oh my gosh, Fiona Staples draws her so well. But, yeah. There was apparently this thing that they only refer to as the lipstick incident, which causes Riverdale's power couple to split. And, obviously both are kind of in the dumps about it. No one really knows what happened, what the lipstick incident is. The only 3 people who know are Archie, Betty, and of course Archie's best friend, Jughead. But, no one's still letting us know what the lipstick incident is, and everybody is trying to scramble to get Archie and Betty back together, because they feel like if there's no hope for Archie and Betty, then there's no hope for any of us, because they're the one couple that you know from school that you knew was going to be together forever. At least you had that feeling that they'd be together forever. There's always one in every school, and that's Archie and Betty for Riverdale High, and, you get to see some of their friends, Dalton, of course, Jughead, Maria, freaking Reggie. I've always hated Reggie, and Reggie is a quintessential douchebag. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun. There's like this mad race to get Betty and Archie elected homecoming king and queen, but Jughead sabotages the votes, sabotages the sabotaging, I guess, and makes sure that someone else is voted prom king, so that Archie and Betty have some time apart, so that they realize what they're missing and they can come back together naturally, instead of forcing them together, which would more than likely kind of make them drift apart even more. Jughead is actually using his brain, so props to Jughead for that one. And the issue 1 ends with the prospect of a new girl moving to town, a new rich girl named Veronica Lodge. I was about to say Lars. Veronica Lodge. I almost combined Veronica Lodge and Veronica Mars. Veronica Lodge, is going to be coming to Riverdale in issue 2. And if you don't know who Veronica Lodge is the third part in the original. I feel like, I don't want to say it's the original comic book love triangle, but it was one of the first comic book love triangles and one of the most iconic. Hell, I feel like Betty and Veronica inspired MJ and Gwen, because MJ is very Veronica-ish. She definitely starts out very Veronica-ish. Like, she seems a little airheaded and a little shallow, but she's interested in Peter. And then, she develops, and she becomes this great character. And I'm hoping that's what happens with Veronica in this. And that's where we lead to issue 2. We've got, look at that awesome cover here. Again, Fiona Staples' art is great. And for this issue, it's mostly Archie trying his hand at various odd jobs because he needs to get his car fixed, because Betty is a mechanic, and Betty's usually the one to help him take care of his car. And when Betty and he broke up, he felt kind of awkward asking Betty to help him with his car still. So, his car is kind of gone down the toilet, and so he needs to find a job to get repairs done. He tried all these odd jobs, and he eventually tries to work in construction for the Lodge Manor project. They're trying to build the Lodge Manor house, and that's where we meet, or at least see for the very first time, the lovely Veronica Lodge, who is drawn absolutely beautifully by Fiona Staples. And I want to show you guys, like, see that wicked little smile down there? Yeah, right? I mean, whoa. And, the other stuff, there's other things in this issue as well. We get Jughead's backstory. You find out that Jughead was actually very rich. However, his family invested, badly into this, like, water bottle company scam, called Jug Bottle or something like that. And that's why Jughead ended up getting the nickname Jughead after he became poor. And nobody wanted to be his friend anymore because he didn't have any cool stuff. But he ended up making a true friend in Archie. And that's how they have their, unstoppable broship right there. And, that just gives backstory on Jughead. Good setup for maybe the Jughead series that's coming up soon. Can't wait for that. And, the plot with Betty. Betty is, she has a birthday party, and she's planning the party, but she chooses not to invite Archie because things are kind of still awkward and tense. You know how it is, like, right after a breakup. And so she doesn't invite Archie. And, of course, her girlfriends won't let her invite Archie because they also think that they need some space. And, that's not good for her if she's still trying to get over him to invite him to the party. And so Archie tries to stay at the construction project so he can avoid, seeing the party that he wasn't invited to. And he ends up wrecking the Lodge Manor construction, and that pisses off Mr. Lodge, and of course he gets fired. And then he comes back to his car, right? And, he sees his dad, and apparently, the car isn't as bad as we thought. It's running again. It's still in pieces, but at least it's still running. And, they don't know how it got fixed. But then you see Betty at the party. She apparently, it looks like she went somewhere. And, the first thing that her friend tells her is, man, you better wash those hands. And you see that little, stain of motor oil on her hands and that smile on her face when she blows out her birthday candles and says, one wish. And she looks out the window and she sees Archie with his car. And it's just, you can't help but just awe at that. It's just really sweet. I might not be Team Betty, but I personally like Veronica because Betty, is, perfect. Like, as in, like, the nice girl who is, like, great, just all around great. Veronica has, like, she's got those rough edges that you'll want to see develop into a fuller character than what she is initially presented as. And that's why I like Veronica. So I'm looking forward to seeing more Veronica, and I definitely can't wait to see Betty and Veronica interact and their battle for Archie. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about these two issues, particularly issue number 2. in the comments below. Mark Wade, Fiona Staples, doing a great job. I have a theory on the lipstick incident, but I will save that till issue 3 maybe. I just need a little bit more evidence to collect, but I think that maybe Archie was helping somebody out, and, you know, she thanked Archie. She didn't kiss him, maybe. I think she might have, like, maybe kissed him on the cheek or hugged him or something, and the lipstick ended up on him. He just forgot to, you know, wipe it off or clean it, and Betty saw it, got a little jealous, and because this was the first time Archie had ever done something like this, she kind of flipped, and that's how it happened. I don't want to just blame it on Betty, because that seems very, you know, of course the guy's going to blame the girl, and it's not the guy's fault. It's kind of Archie's fault for not realizing that, of course, you got to wipe the lipstick off, because, you know, your girl's going to not want that. You know what she's probably going to think, but I guess Archie didn't really think that far. But that's just a theory on what I think the lipstick incident is. If you guys have any theories on the lipstick incident, let me know in the comments below. And like I said, don't forget to tell me your thoughts about these first 2 Archie issues in the comments below. As always, Archie issue 1, I would give a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Archie issue 2, I'd give a 4.75 out of 5 stars. Because Archie issue 2 it fleshed out the characters more, really set up Archie and Betty's relationship even further, and it introduced Veronica, so my personal bias is going to up this issue a little bit more, because I love Veronica. What can I say? But yeah, like I said, don't forget to like this video, let me know you enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow Comic Frontline on Twitter and Facebook, subscribe to Comic Frontline if you hadn't already, and if you want to see more from me, you can check out my individual channel, Mr. J's Comic Reviews. So, if you're looking for your Archie fix on Comic Frontline, remember to just come back to me. Until next time, guys, I'll catch you guys later in the next review. This is Mr. J from Mr. J's Comic Reviews for Comic Frontline, and like I always say, once comic book geek, always comic book geek. Peace. I'll catch you in Riverdale.